So good evening everybody and welcome back to FTRL. Our 30th season lands in week 7. We are 6 weeks down and there are 4 weeks to go. We are very much now in the business end of the two classes, two divisions. And we arrive at week 7, which is going to be at the legendary figure of 8 circuit of Suzuka. However, we are starting with qualifying. As you can see, we are not a Suzuka. In fact, we are at a circuit that has never been seen on FTRL before in a proper season. It is the Broadbean Speedway. Now, qualifying taking place on a different layout, just to add a little spice for tonight's action. We'll rather get underway with a 10-minute qualifying session, medium tyres only, of course. It is one of our split endurance and sprint weeks. So medium tyres only in qualifying, then medium tyres only in the sprint race, before the endurance race a little bit later on, where all tyre compounds are available and strategy will be in play. This very intriguing. It's a 4-corner oval, but it's got a right-hander in it, which is unusual for ovals because usually they all go to the left. So Joe looking like the man to beat as qualifying then is about to kick off. What's going on? Is this supposed to be qualified? Something's gone very wrong here. Yeah, I think this is going to... Yeah, they're not picking up the grids. Zom has fucked up. Well done, Zom. Well done, Zom. Well done. This is a race, yes. This is supposed to be qualifying. Oh, dear. Yeah, it's Zom this time. Zom is hosting this time. It's not Mikey's fault. So, there we go. We hadn't said that he's just at practice and race. Look, maybe. I think he could be Odon. Yes, he could be the super host. Good evening, Jordan. Hello, welcome. Good luck tonight, of course. Looking quick in qualify, looking quick in practice. Not big off the stuff. No, because you were off the hook. Get me some water. So then I expect a lobby reset in a second. And so we are 6 weeks down. Last week, of course, we were at Big Willow, which was our 3rd sprint week. So 3 races last week, and it was victory for myself in race 1. And then we had a finally it happened. There was victory for Odon last week in race 2. He prevailed in the race 2, and then he almost made it 2 in 2, but he was pipped to... I dropped down to 3rd place in the end. Then as a Joker snatched victory in race 3 from Glint, who also had a really strong evening. Odon finishing in a very close 3rd as well. So some interesting results last week in GT2. Of course, again, the star of the show was Johnny Boy as well, who came so close, so perilously close to getting that podium, which has been threatening now for a little while in GT2. But then the almost unthinkable happened, because he filled in for T Smith in GT1 and got a podium in race 1. So he hasn't got a GT2 podium to his name, but he has now got a GT1 podium to his name. And it was, when I say the whole community liked that, everybody in FTRL was so made up for him. I think it was the most popular podium we've had since Goy Karp, and it might even be more popular than the Goy Karp. That is how liked he is in the community, and that's what we want to see. That we all, we're all competitive each other. We all want to beat each other. At the same time, we also want to help those coming through. And Johnny Boy has put in so much effort and time, and we can see the improvement. And the results haven't quite reflected that yet, but he started to show signs. He had a 5th place a few weeks ago, and again he's been battling at the front. So it's been coming. And finally, it happened for him last week, and I don't think anybody could be any more weighed up for him. So more of that, please, Mr. Beach. Right then, let's go board for Broadbean Raceway. It's a short lap then into turn 1, break it down a little bit. Down to 4th gear, get up against the wall. And then into the long turn 2. Good. Down low, and then we get a right turn here in an oval, which is unusual. Right, and then back over. Open the angle for the final corner. Second hairpin here, foot flat down all the way around. say for around about 30 seconds. So you can see a massive train of cars there coming around the final corner. Zom sets the first time. It's a 30.9. Oh, he's there. Missed turn one though, gone very a little bit too much speed, and then Mikey then is although Arsenal Joe to the top. He was there in practice. He's gone fastest now in qualifying when it matters, then by just a 100th of a second from Mikey. Oblivion in third, Derek in fourth, Royston is fifth, Zom in sixth, and Goose is seventh, Joker eighth, Glyn is in ninth, Dusty Fossil P10, Odon was P11, he's now P12, face Potter just jumps ahead of him, Johnny Boy 13th, Norbin Norris 14th, back this week. Forgot to tell us where he was last week, but he's alive, we're okay. Dagenham Dave does not need to fill in. He does not improve. Then Mikey then back to the point. 30.3 from him. Also Joe improved but lost provisional pole that time around. In third, Goose jumped up to fourth then, so the team designated driver cars together. Justin Foster now up in fifth, Johnny Boy's up to sixth. Continuing that good form. Derek 7th, Royston in 8th, face Potter. Royston goes third. So Royston then big improvement for him, 30.5. Great lap there from Royston. Although he's up down as Oblivion, jumps up to third. He's currently slipstreaming around behind Goose. Mikey still leading the way. What did he miss? Nothing yet, just qualifying. We had a bit of a false start because Zom set the logbook wrong. So in a moment, just qualifying. 10 minutes of the different circuit. We're at Broadbean Raceway. Races are themselves are at Suzuka. Of course, we do a different layout where possible. We could have done Suzuka East, but we've ended up doing Broadbean. But this is the first time this circuit has ever appeared in FTRL calendar in any way, shape, or form. With a 30-second lap, you can probably see why. It would be a long old race if it wasn't. So I was going to be banking lots of lap times. They're still going fourth, Boston fifth, Goose in sixth, Derek is seventh, Green in eighth. A really strong week last week. See, look at he's less than a quarter of a second off pole, but he's down in P8 at the moment, and 4,000 upon Zom. He's 1,000 of a second behind Derek. So Derek, Glyn, and Zom are separated by 7,000 of a second. Johnny Boy and Odon are separated by 3,000 of a second. Now he's up to 12th. It's Joker at the minute, and he's struggling. He's only 0.6 of a second off, but he's now nearly a quarter of a second up on his current best time. This is true. I think the only thing I haven't seen so far is now Belle Isle. Joker then improves to 13th. He improves, but he lost a bit of time in the final sector there, but that would have only put him up to 12th even if he had maintained that gap there. So the whole field now just half a second apart. It's Mikey though, still on provisional pole. Joe has not been able to overhaul him. Just finite margins here. Top three are covered by 28 thousandths of a second. Moving in third, championship leader, of course, GT2. He's now dragging his teammate around. Royston in fourth, Boston fifth, Goose in sixth. You can see how really turn one's the important one here, because that's where you're sort of braking, that's where you lose the most time. The next couple of hairpins, you're basically just flat. 1,000 of a second behind, so some really tight gaps here. So Goose is sixth. So the top six are covered by less than 2/10. Squashle's in the pits, and we're not even halfway through the session yet. We're already on like 9 or 10 laps each. So Mikey continues to lead the way now. He's him and Zom are sporting a new livery this week. It's the car shop one that formerly adorned the Power Max racing cars. Of course, for those who don't follow British touring cars. Power Max racing team, racing British touring cars. Obviously, they pedal a couple of Vauxhall Astras, which have been workhorses for the season series. They've been in there for a long, long time. Unfortunately, their factory burned down earlier this week and destroyed absolutely everything. The two touring cars, a lot of the TCR cars, a couple of classic touring cars as well. All the shop, all them tools, everything destroyed. But they were adamant to get themselves back out there, and what they have done, they've managed to secure a couple of Cupras. They're running slightly different cars this week, but they are going to be at Not Kill with some support from the British touring car community, so that's been great to see. And Mikey and Zom rocking one of their liveries tonight. I think Zom's former employers used to sponsor the team at this point, so I think that's why they've gone for this livery then. People dive into the pits for some fresh tyres. Mikey still is the way. Then Goose is up to 4th. And he's also less than a 10th away, so he top 4 and now covered by less than a 10th of a second. Roy's down to 5th. See how finite the margins are. Look, that's it. 30.5, 30.62, 30.7s. Joker finds himself back down to P14 again, but he's less than half a second off the lead. And the wall there goes. Robbie Norris, it was not. It was his teammate. It would have been. I don't know whether he does hit the wall as well. So you do need to be a little bit careful through one. He needs a bit of a bigger lift. So when the pits in from 9th. Arsenal Joe. He's the man currently closest to threatening Mikey for a provisional pole. Are we going to see a Mikey pole? It's 13.342 at the moment. 28 thousandths per second cover your top 3. 87 thousandths cover your top 4. Struggling getting up high into the wall there. Oh, he's done it. Arsenal Joe has improved. 30.2. There we go. He's found that pace he needed. Probably got a little bit of a toe there from Joker. And that's been enough then to propel him back to provisional pole. So he won race 3 at Deep Forest. He probably could have won at Sardinia a couple of weeks before. Former GT3 champion, of course, Arsenal Joe. Quick again here. Will that transfer over to Suzuka? We will see. Has Mikey got anything in response now? He's not threatened that lap time again since he did it. Dusty Fossil improves but stays 5th. He got up to 5th ahead of Royston there, has he? Mikey then's getting a nice slipstream here off the back of Royston. Is it going to be enough? It is. Mikey goes back to provisional pole. Look at that, drafting superbly off the back of Royston. So what's Arsenal got? He got by 9,000. Oblivion improves. The top 3 are now covered by 15,000 of a second. Oblivion and Goose working in tandem. Oblivion pushing Goose around. So we're coming down to the final minute of qualifying. Which means we've probably got about 2 laps in, maybe 3 for those who can get across the line now. How busy it is. Joker improves. Johnny Boy's up to 4th. Oh, Johnny Boy in the wall then as well, immediately having improved. Goose down to 5th. Tight effort against the wall. Goose pulls out of the way, then he'll drop in for the slipstream. So his final run. Is that enough for Oblivion? Can he get a faint slipstream from the cars ahead? The answer is no, he can't. 10th down. Oh, grazes the wall. He is indeed, Biggles, yep. He is now absolutely flying. Look at up in 4th down qualifying as well. Face Potter improves. These people improve. Space Potter's improved, but stays 13th. Joker's still in 14th. Still less than half a second off. This is how tight it is. Glynn improves. And he got his up to 8th. 3,000 ahead of Odon, 18,000 behind Royston. And that then is your lot then. So who we got then? It looks like Mikey's done it. Jordan's finished. Oblivion's finished. Johnny Boy's over the line. Goose is over the line. Glynn and Zom are the last hopes. Royston as well. Royston doesn't improve, Glynn doesn't improve, Zom doesn't improve. There we go. So, qualifying is over, and it's Mikey then on pole position by 9 thousandths of a second. Jordan in 2nd. Oblivion Championship leader in 3rd. Johnny Boy up in 4th. Great effort from him. So Goose in 5th. Dusty Fossil in P6, and Royston starts P7. Glynn will start P8. Then Odon in 9th. Derek starts P10. Zombies P11. Norway Norris P13. Page 12, sorry. Face Potter P13. And Joker will be starting P14 for the first race at Suzuka, where the lobby will reset shortly. And we will be heading over to the Suzuka circuit then. 0.468. Covered the entire field. So that cancels the race, and we will switch over and head our way to Suzuka for our sprint race. 10 laps, medium tyres. He is. I think it is. He is. He's on it. The man is on it. So there we go. The debut from Broadbreen Speedway has delivered a mixed up qualifying grid. And that'll be interesting to see how that transpires in the first race. Of course, sprint race, 10 laps, medium tyres for everybody, low tyre wear. So it is just 10 laps, full throttle to the flag. Of course, the weather can play a factor at Suzuka. Now, any circuits we've had this season have actually been able to have weather. So I think this may be the first one. It would be interesting, wouldn't it, to do a sprint race around here, or an oval. Oval races in FTRL are always epic. Some of the ones in GT3, back in GT Sport, when we were in GT3 cars, were great fun. Of course, we've had the IndyCar one, Daytona, and the career mode season a little while ago. That was epic as well. So yeah, oval races do provide good fun. Lots of close racing, and again, it's a real mixed grid as well, because it can go anywhere, any way, shape or form, can't it? Anybody can be in the mixer for that. It's all about timing. So maybe we should petition that for next season, Pickles. Get an oval on the calendar. Then onto this historic figure of 8 layout of Suzuka, then one of the only circuits in the world where you go, half of it is clockwise, half of it is anti-clockwise. Start off with the clockwise bit, and then Mikey goes into the gravel, then goes under the tunnel, and now he's onto the anti-clockwise bit of the circuit. And then spins. Way, go on, Mike. That's what. Don't do it in the race. Do it now. To say Mikey had a shocking week last week, I think is going to be a bit of an understatement. He's definitely looking to rebound. Qualifying on pole is a good start. Unfortunately, Mikey had it was a tough week last week for Mike at Big Willow. He ended up off the track in all 3 races, and he got lapped in all 3 races, which I think, as we discussed, is probably the first time that's ever happened. So, dear, Mike. Oh, Mike. Get your Mikey moments out the way now. Doesn't matter right now. It's just pre-race. I've had word from my teammates. They weren't helping each other out. Apparently, it didn't look like you. It looked like you were. I mean, you should have been. Why are you not? You should help each other out. We'll pay dividends later on. About medium tyres. Yeah, kind of. Oblivion's third. Where did Goose end up? 5th. So, not bad, mate. Not bad. Think about Broadbean, though. You just need to be in somebody's slipstream. It doesn't necessarily be your teammates. Just somebody's slipstream. Just drag you around. Get turn 1 right. And then just slipstream the rest of the way. Our 1 minute warning. Get some predictions in the chat then, please. Who do we think is going to win this one sprint race? So set them up for the reverse grid for the feature race later on. Nice new livery there from Justy Foster as well. Must buy went tyres, yes, definitely. Do not forget that. Somebody will forget. almost the longest minute of my life. Oh, there we go. Right. Here we go then. Mikey and Arsenal Joe on row 1, Oblivion and Johnny Boy row 2, Sir Goose and Dusty Fossil on row 3, Royston and Glyn on row 4, Odon and Derek row 5, Zom and Nobby row 6, Face Potter and Joker row 7. They are your 14 winners and riders. And race 1 is go. Good start from Arsenal Joe there. Mikey just seems to be a little hesitant away. Can Arsenal Joe get alongside? Now he's going to drop right into the slipstream, but he might pop out again into turn 1. Mikey's gone to cover early doors. Field finds his way through. Goose to go on the outside of Johnny Boy into turn 1. That's going to be a brave move if he can pull it off. Johnny Boy fights back. I think Goose has got that done. Good move from Goose then. Gets ahead of Johnny early on. Oh, Johnny's gone off. Oh, what's the contact? Oh, no. Johnny Boy's race has gone wrong immediately. Didn't look to be contact, but Johnny Boy just went straight off there like there must have been. So maybe some desync. Mikey then holds the lead as they head up to the Dunlop curve for the first time. And Arsenal Joe is under threat from Oblivion Element, and Goose is wide in the gravel, and Dusty Fossil's going to get through that place he's gained. He's now going to lose, and he's going to lose some more. Here goes Royston. He's now going to have dirty tyres as well. Just be careful for a couple of corners. Then more squealing. Oh, Dusty Fossil. Oh, Mikey's been off. Oh, it's all gone wrong for Mikey already. And Arsenal Joe leads from Oblivion, from Royston third. Oh, Dusty Fossil's off and spinning into the hairpin. It's chaos on the opening lap. And away he goes again. Yeah, what happened to Johnny? But yeah, it did look weird, didn't it? He just went straight off like there was no turning. But Arsenal Joe has got a 1.8 second lead after all that chaos. Oh, he's off though. Oh, nearly loses it as well. Everybody else just about survived. Odin's up to 5th, so he's had a really good start. So Arsenal Joe leads by 1.8 seconds from Oblivion, who's 1.9 seconds ahead of Royston, and he leads pretty much everybody else. We've got Royston third, then Goose and Odon are side by side. Odon's now 4th. Up the inside of the 130R. Is Goose going to try and brave it on the outside? He is. He's going to have to back out of it there. Let's give Glyn a run into the final chicane. Oh, Goose there, banging doors. Oh, no. Oh, and Glyn's been reset. Oh, more chaos. Nobby Norris and Face Potter at the chicane. Drama-filled opening lap. Arsenal Joe leads, but his lead is down to a second then, so Oblivion's had a final sector to end, or final sectors. He's almost in slipstream range. So they come around turn 1. Royston's still third, Odon 4th, Goose 5th. Mikey's back in 6th. So let's see what happened. He seemed to lose it through the first Degner. He just kind of caught the end of it, and then I think Dusty Fossil hit him. He's stuck on the inside. I think he caught the slide, but ended up on the grass, and then was in contact, but he's kind of kept going. At least he's in the pack. Derek's up to 7th. Joker's now 8th from 14th. He's had a good start. Zom's 9th. Morgan Harrison 10th. Glyn down to 11th, having been reset. Then Dusty Fossil 12th. Then Face Potter. And then the poor unfortunate Johnny Boy there. He got shuffled out on the opening lap in the first couple of corners. The Jersey then is down already. Oblivion then has got the magnets on. Who were battling for the lead at Sardinia in the sprint race before Arsenal Joe decided to start getting penalties. Royston having a really good run here so far in P3. Got a nice lead now over Odon, who in turn has pulled away from Sir Goose, who's now got Mikey, recovering Mikey on the back of him. Oh, that's squealing tyres. It's Goose who's sideways, gathers it up there, but Mikey's through. Could have been a lot worse for Goose there. He's lost the place, but he's dropped right back in behind Mikey. Go on board with Mikey. There is Sir Goose. Screeching tyres at all. The curve there. It's brave. Goose has had another bit of a wobble. Oh, what a... Again, he comes in trying to hunt down Odon. In return, he's trying to hunt down Royston. He is indeed. Jamie spot on there. There's some absolute drama in the first couple of laps. Now starting to settle down a little bit, hopefully. We can get back onto racing then. So up front then, Oblivion is now with Arsenal Joe. Arsenal Joe still leads, but Oblivion now just 0.4 of a second back. So they weave their way up the iconic S's section. Best sector 1, Oblivion there right in his wheel tracks. Royston in third. Odon inspired after his victory last week. He's chasing him down though. He's bringing Mikey with him. Goose has slipped back to 6th. Yeah, indeed. He's had. I mean, we know Royston can bring out some good results. I remember the. Oh, what's happened there? Looks like Oblivion's dropped back a little bit. I saw a change on the scoreboard. But yeah, Royston had a really strong week in the touring car week in the career mode a couple of seasons ago. He was really strong that week. So he's only got results in him. In a minute he's going to have to be looking in his mirrors though, because he's got Odon and Mikey arrived on the scene. Odon has just propelled himself forward. Mikey's recovering. Early drama's Goose has got himself a half-second penalty from somewhere. And he's now got Derek all over him, so Goose is going backwards. Derek's trying to find the gap there. There is not one there, not a car's width anyway. May as well just wait until the straight they're coming up, because Goose is about to serve his half-second penalty. Joker is joining the fray. Yes, indeed. So Goose serves his penalty. It's 3 wide. Then Joker looking to attack. He's going to get both places here. He is. Joker up the inside at a 130R. Derek has to go wide. He's gone right out on the edge of the track. Then, oh, he's going to lose it. Come back on again. Oh, Derek spun. Goose has nowhere to go. And Derek spins around. Oh, and he rejoins. Almost kept out. Oh, he has. He's taken a Dusty Fossil. Oh, Dusty Fossil is having an absolute shocker, and that one was not his fault. Derek has waited and let him go. Oh dear, how's your rejoin? Not great is the answer. Not great is the answer. Well, Arsenal Joe, having been under pressure a lap ago, Oblivion's had a bit of a shocker somewhere. He's got his lead back up to 2.3 seconds then, so Oblivion had a moment somewhere. All that has done is, well, the front, these three are absolutely nose to tail now. I don't know. Oh, Odon's giving him a bump. He's gone wide, and Mikey's through. Mikey takes full advantage of Odon's mistake there. He's trying to apply the pressure there, but he ran a little bit deep. Mikey did need a second invitation. Straight up the inside and back up to 4th place. And Joker now in 6th, has got a bit of a gap back to Sir Goose, who has benefited from Derek's dramas. Derek, of course, Goose went. Derek, oh, Zom's bouncing off the curbs. Oh, and he's wide, and he's in the gravel, and now he spins out as well. Oh, everybody's going round. I think so. I think everybody's had some drinks. Nobby Norris goes through. Dom down to 10th. Space Potter. There's Derek. What's happened? Oh, what's Dusty Fossil? He's there. It skipped him for some reason. And Dusty Fossil's new livery. We're getting to see it in 360 glory at the moment, but not the way you would like to see it, unfortunately. Up front then, Arsenal Joe's lead is 2 seconds. Then Oblivion has regrouped and starting to just chip away again, but a big gap to try and close down. Arsenal Joe is not hanging around. The background, the battle still remains. Mikey is now all over the back of Royston. Odon still in touch there, trying to pick up the pieces. Yeah, would have been less chaotic. But you don't say that often about oval racing. Royston through the final chicane. Odon's had a really good run. Then Mikey on the curb, and now Odon's got a run. Royston's pulled away. Odon is right under the rear wing of Mikey. And we're going to see him move down to turn 1. Let's go on board with Odon. Pops out, showing in the mirrors, but I don't think he's close enough. He's not got enough of a run. Mikey goes a big chop to the inside. Odon has a bit of a slide. These cars are very tricky into turns 1 and 2. Into the S as we go then. I don't know. Have you ever done the meme races there, Biggles? It's it could also be chaotic. So on purple in sector 1 there. He had a good run, but Mikey was where he wanted to be, so he had to check up. So Degners pops to the inside. Just back over to the racing line. This is that curb. Over the bridge we go. Second half of the circuit then. Just pulled a couple of car lengths on these guys again there. Do the meme race. Let's do the meme race. Come on, Aaron. Just let's do it. Just once. One time. Pulling away. Once again, good check on the lead then. So Oblivion is now starting to reel Arsenal Joe back in again. It's down to 1.2. He has. He's really been in the wrong place. Wrong time. He is still going, yep. He has dropped off the back a little bit though. Shame for Johnny Boy. Although he will of course then have pole position for the main race. Big shame there for him. They haven't qualified so well. Just really weird accident. Really weird accident. Didn't look like it was any contact. His car just went straight off. Very weird. He's got the gap down to 1.1 seconds then. Kicking himself for not winning a race last week, although he did fill in. He just set the fastest lap of the race there. So 2:11.8. 2:12.7. Morrison has now got Mikey closing in down the start finish straight then. Odon's dropped off a little bit. Oh, he's gone deep. Oh, Mikey's at the inside. And through he goes. A fraction wide. Mikey did not need a second invitation. Really good move that from Mike. And he's back into the podium places. Really good move that from Mikey there. Saw an opportunity. Royston just a little bit of a slide, a little bit too hot into turn 1. Door opened up. Mikey was up the inside. Like him hiding a bottle of water in this place and swapping it for a kind of, I don't know, Red Bull. Can Royston hang with him and fight back is the question now that Odon is still there as well. He's closed back in a little bit. Joker finds himself in a bit of no man's land in P6, but from P14 on the grid, I think he'll be happy with his work so far. Guns in 7th, Goose is down to 8th, so not had the best. Ah, just wheel disconnected. That would make sense. Yeah. So they did see no steering inputs. Not been able to go well in 9th. He's got this one behind him then, the recovering Dusty Fossil, the man who's had all the bad luck in this race. Base Potter just behind him in 12th. Then Derek, Johnny Boy, just his personal fastest lap there, 13.7. Oh, the gap. That was 1.1 seconds, is now 7 tenths. Jordan's had a better run through the corner, but then Oblivion's had a better run out of it, so half a second, they're back in the slipstream range. We're into the second half of this race, and Oblivion is back with the race leader. Well spotted, eagle-eyed Fever. Adler Augen Fever. On the brakes there, closes right in on the back then. Let's go on board with the pursuer. Oh, Jordan's caught the curve, had a bit of a wobble, but I think Oblivion had something similar. He is in the slipstream though, he is closing. Can he put the pressure into turn 1? Does he fake a move, try and make a mistake? Jordan defends nicely. Oblivion looking around the outside, difficult move to pull off. Did a good run off the corner though. Is he going to get up the inside? Oh, Jordan just covered it up on the road there, not to allow him up the inside. This as we go. Oh, Jordan's wide. Oh, he's off the track. That's going to be, there's the mistake. Oblivion has forced a mistake, and Jordan is off, and into the lead goes Oblivion. However, still got a big gap, 4.5 seconds back, so he's comfortable. Mikey pulling away a little bit now. Royce has slipped back towards Odon. Joker is closing in a little bit. So he did sort of match their lap times last time, but keeping them honest. The gap behind is increased. Glingo one in 7th. Goose in 8th. And Dusty Fossil's now up to 9th place then, so he's cleared Zom Pace Potter, Nobby Norris. Where's Nobby Norris gone? Nobby Norris 2:23.3. That reeks of a mistake somewhere, unfortunately. So Nobby's run, he was sitting in P9, down to 13th. So all the good battles going on. We've got Dusty Fossil, Zom and Face Potter. We've got Odon and Royston. Mikey's now just starting to lead these guys a little bit. Oblivion's got a 1.4 second lead now. He can try and stretch that advantage then. Took full advantage of the mistake from Jordan. That's pulled away. Let's go back to this battle then for 9th. Fossil has had just absolutely rotten luck in this race. Getting caught up in other people's accidents. So we saw him hit Mikey. I don't know if he just got bumped onto the grass into the hairpin on that one, or he did that himself, but then he went around backwards and clipped the goose. Hopefully everybody survived, and then get caught and got clipped by Derek, as Derek had a spin and rejoin here. So I'm now putting the pressure on. So Zom's not finished in this battle for 7th. Face Potter's right on the back of them as well. Another one who's had some solid runs recently. Face Potter had some solid runs last week. Kind of went under the radar a little bit, but he had some strong results last week as well. I'd also like to feature in this battle for P9. Start finish straight we go. Zom is the man putting the pressure on. On board. Turn 1 we go. So, tidy through there. Drifts away a little bit there. And there's just a little bit of grey appearing in the sky. As I mentioned earlier, it can rain here. So having a big twitch mid-corner there. The understeer there is terrible. Oh, and Face Potter is through. Little mistake there from Zom. Face Potter, as we saw Mikey earlier, just taking full advantage. So Mikey did it to Face Potter's teammate, Odon, and Odon's teammate Face Potter just repaid it to Mikey's teammate Zom. Into taking 2. The bridge we go. It's getting very dark, isn't it? Oh, Derek's been wide. Front. Arsenal Joe has closed in, but he's got himself a half-second penalty. He's 2.5, 6 seconds ahead of Mike, who is now a little bit clear in 3rd. Odon has cleared Royston, and Joker has arrived on the scene as well. So Joker has been chipping away. Odon and Royston must have been battling because they did 2:14s last time around. And Joker then is now in this battle for P4. It's getting grey. Very grey, very quickly. Now, it's the weather roll in. Might we see some rain? Can rain here. This Potter now putting the pressure on Dusty Fossil into 130. Oh, the inside! It was a big old send, and he's gone for it and he's through. Face Potter not hanging around. Good move. Oh, Royston's in. Is it raining? Why is Royston in the pits? Dusty's in the pits as well. There must be rain on the radar. There must be rain on the radar. Where is it? There must be rain on the radar. They've got in the pits. It's not here yet. Now, when it comes in usually around about Spoon Corner. That's where the rain kind of comes in from that side. So are the drivers here heading into some rain? Is it an inspired move? Are these guys going to be pitting at the end of this lap? Stay on board. Let's see if we can see any rain. Nothing yet. But round here is where it's going to come. This is where you'll see it start to appear. It always comes in from this side. We've seen it in GT World Challenge races. World Series finals, they sort of programmed it to start coming in at this part of the lap. So this part of the lap starts getting wet. The spots of rain. There it is, rain. However, I think the guys who have gone too early. Let's see how quickly it goes up. You can see it starting to appear now. They've probably gone too early. I think this lap will be fine. I think they need to pit this lap, because the next time around that will be a lot worse. I mean, look at how quickly that rain's up there. It's nearly at the first bar. You get around to this part of the lap next time around, you are you were off the track. Look at how wet it's getting. That definitely pitting. It is hammering it down at this part of the circuit. Then they've got to pit for inters. Olivia needs to be careful. He's tiptoeing into the chicane. That's really come on quickly. Then they're gonna have to go for the pits. So maybe it was a little bit inspired. Surely they're pitting. Yep, in they come. Oh, our Joker's having a twitch. Alright then, where is Royston? Here he is. Let's see where he's going to come out then. So is he going to have caught? So when they go up all this time here, you can see how quickly he's catching Goose. Goose is still on mediums. Oblivion's on his way. He's going to have to pit here. Yep, and here he goes. Royston, where is Royston going to factor out then? Mikey's on his way. Royston going to join that battle for fourth. He's right back in that battle, yeah, so he's come back behind Joker. So it's kind of about equal. So it's about where you were. So the leaders have got, Glenn's got full wets, and to be fair, that is in the blue bit, so that might be an inspired choice. Final lap of the race then. And Arsenal Joe leads, Oblivion's been off. Arsenal Joe back to the lead. But we're in wet weather tyre territory. Look at how wet it is. Mikey's catching them hand over fist as well. Oblivion is struggling, and he's gone back onto mediums. He hasn't got wet tyres. Oblivion's not got wet tyres. That's why he's lost the place. Oh, Oblivion. He's going to have to try and tiptoe around and try and salvage what he can, but Arsenal Joe leads. Mikey second, Ode on his third. Oblivion's at the ground in the background of the Degner. Oh, what a mistake for the championship leader. Here comes Joker, here comes Royston, Glenn's on the wet tyres. Face Potter, Dusty Fossil, Zom, Goose down to 11th then. How far back? Oh, they got a full. Derek's still on medium tyres as well. Has he forgotten to buy wet tyres? Johnny Boy's also not pitted. I don't think he's got wet weather tyres. So Arsenal Joe. It's happened before. It's not the first time. Then Odon is attacking Mikey for second. We've not seen any weather in FTRL for a while. Look at the drama it's caused. This race has shook up immensely at the end here then. Arsenal Joe, though, is on his way to a second victory of the season. Into 130R, just tiptoeing his way around. Mikey trying to hold off Odon, who is throwing everything at it on the final lap then. He's got one more chance. Oblivion is still in P6 as Arsenal Joe comes out of the final corner. He will win. Odon's got to run, but I don't think he's got enough time because the line is right at the start of the straight there. Great victory there from Jordan. He's doing that perfectly well. Great job. Mikey second, Odon third. Joker will come home fourth. Great recovery from him. Up 10. Royston gets P5. Oblivion is always going to lose a position on the run to the line to Glynn. Is he? He is. He salvages 7th there. That's a good effort on slick tyres in very wet conditions. Face Potter will get 8th. Good drive from him. Dusty Fossil will recover tonight. It's Goose. Another one. He's on intermediates. Pass. He's on the last lap then. For 10th. He's on. We get to 11th. There'll be Norris coming round. It's P12 for him. And then Derek. Who's got spoon corner. This is how he's just plodding around on slick tyres in wet weather conditions. Johnny Boy further back. tiptoeing his way up to the final chicane. Oh, he's lost it. Oh no. Derek is having the most pedestrian accident around. Oh dear. He's going to reverse. He's going to reverse over the line. Yeah, start out, Derek. No, that's the grass, mate. No, you need to go. Yeah, there you go. No, that's too much. That's too much. That's too much. Johnny Boy might catch you here, mate. Hurry up. Derek across the line. Johnny Boy, so I got 2.5 seconds of the penalties. How on earth has he done that? Oh dear. Oh no, another absolutely pedestrian accident. Evening, Sean. Good timing. Camera, do you want to change? There we go. He's got it pointing the right way again. He's going to crawl across the line. Big shame for Johnny Boy there. Qualified so well. Disconnects his wheel on the first lap. And then doesn't have wet tyres either. To the shops. Fair play, Derek. Well, victory then, it goes the way of Arsenal Joe. He's victorious by 3.1 seconds then over Mikey, who, well, considering what happened to him in the opening lap, I think will be very happy to recover to P2. Odon backing up his podiums from last week with a third podium in a row. Are we back? Are we back, Odon? Are we back? Joker coming through for P4 from 14th on the grid after a torrid time in qualifying. He salvaged himself a very impressive result in the race. Royston gambled early on the tyres. May probably worked out a little bit for him there. Gets a P5. Glyn there coming in P6, having stolen it on the line from Oblivion, who didn't have wet weather tyres. Pace Bottle could drive up into P8. Dusty Fossil, the man with the world's worst luck in that race, salvages P9. And Goose down in P10. Zom, P11. Nobby in P12. And then Derek and Johnny Boy, who also didn't have wet weather tyres, 13th and 14th. So what will happen now is those boys who don't have wet tyres will definitely now be buying them right now. The lobby resets. It will be now set by host. And we will sort ourselves out there. Alright, well, we're taking this break to set the lobby up. Let's have a look at the standings for GT2 coming in to week 7. Despite missing 2 races last week and having yours truly fill in, Oblivion still leads the way on 208.5 points. Second is Goose on 164. However, he might have just been usurped by Glyn, or if not, it's definitely closed up a little bit. He's on 164. Glyn is on 162, and Joker on 160. So those three, really tight battle for second place in the championship. So Goose will be looking to respond in the main race. Dusty Fossil is 5th on 155.5. Then we've got Arsenal Joe, who's just bagged himself a second race victory of the season. He's on 137.5. That'll extend his lead marginally over Mikey, who was behind him on 135, so an extra point there. Royston on 128 is in 8th. Face Potter is 9th on 117. Ahead of Zom, who is 10th on 111. And then you've got Derek in 11th on 87. Odon in 12th on 82. He just banks himself over another good haul of points there, so he should have jumped ahead of Derek. Nobidoris is 13th on 80 and Beach 14th on 67. And then team standing, well, another good points haul there. 14 designated drivers. They lead the way on 697 points, 136.5 points ahead of Flying Lizards, who are on 560.5. Worst pace scenario next up on 522, and it's Team Wall on 485. One Stop Mong Bombs on 470 in 5th. The Family of Love in 6th on 427. Team Walkers are 7th on 366.5. That's the standings. And then we wait then for the grid for race 2 to be set up. Goose is doing his car control practice, as he often does. Finds the limit of the cars now, so he knows in the race what he needs to do to salvage it. And apparently you can drift around 130R. The fact that he's also savaged those rear tyres on one lap. I mean, I'm quite impressed with this, I'm not going to lie. That was impressive, Goose, I'm not going to lie. Jordan's still in intermediates. I don't know if he realises. Oh, okay, that's fine. Just checking, you know. Because, like, no, I mean, who in their right mind would be stupid enough to start a dry race on intermediate tyres? Like, I'm sure nobody in FTRL history has ever done something so stupid at Maggiore at any point. Nope, nobody, we don't talk about anybody, nobody did that. Nobody would have done that. Absolutely nobody. Yes. He's gone a little bit hot though in turn one. He's done then, so we've got a mix of strategies shaping up at the moment. A lot of people on the medium tyres you expect there. Dusty Foss starting on the soft tyre, interestingly. Now he's at the front of the grid, of course. Face Potterman was on the hards. are we missing? Who's not here? Who's not in the car? Somebody's not in the car. Is it Goose? Might be Goose. Oh no, Oblivion's left the room. That's what the problem is. I mean, he has. I can confirm he has. Like, if you look at the screen, there's only 13 drivers. That's an interesting question. I think the one medium tyre rule still applies, but yeah, you've still got one set of medium tyres only. But if it rains, like, you probably won't want to go back on them anyway. But yeah, I get what you mean. Like, if you start on the mediums, it rains after like 2 laps. Yeah, I wouldn't risk it. I don't. To be fair, it's a good question. It had not come up before, but I think the rule will stand. To avoid any doubt, just we'll say one set of mediums regardless. How bizarre! Having some glitches as usual. You'd think after a game this old, been out for this long now, would be fine, but no. Oh, he's back. We're back. We're so back. Should be getting going shortly. What's this going? Oh, we're going. Finally, let's go. Let's fucking go. Right. So, race 2. Feature race, 23 laps. Johnny Boy and Derek on row 1. Nobby and Zom on row 2. Goose and Dusty Fossil at row 3. Face Potter and Oblivion on row 4. Glyn and Royston row 5. Joker and Ode on row 6. Mikey to in behind him. Should lead us into turn 1. Okay, he gets through here. Okay, oh, Nobby's wide and Goose has followed him nearly. Nobby's got right out on the dirt there. Gets it back though. Johnny Boy is through safely. Where's Nobby ended up? We're down to 14th, unfortunately. Oh, and there's that one. Starts to Joe off again. That's where he went off in race 1. And give the lead to Oblivion. This time he gives up P12 to Mike. Let's have a look at who's on what tyre then. So Johnny Boy's on the medium tyre leading the race. Derek in seconds on the mediums as well. Goose is on the softs. So Goose is keen to get a move on here. Oh, Derek hit the side of Johnny Boy. Oh, and Derek's around. Goose leads. That was a very tight. Oh, Oblivion's up a second. Oh, who's that going backwards into? That was Derek, I think, was it? Derek arriving backwards into Degner too. Oh, Dusty Fossil again. And somehow ended up caught up in all this drama. Oh, dear me. The man is having no luck tonight. Right then, so we've got half a lap. Goose leads. Oblivion up to second already. Joker in third, medium tyre. So Goose leads on the softs. Then we've got Oblivion on mediums, Joker on mediums. Face Potter on the hard tyre up to fourth. Royston's in fifth on the medium tyres. Just slip up the inside of Odon, who's also on the mediums. Mikey's on the medium tyres in seventh. It's the hard tyres for Arsenal Joe in eighth. So he's gone different. Glyn's on the medium tyres in ninth. Nobby Norris is on the mediums in 10th. Zom's on the mediums in 11th. Battling Johnny Boy's on the mediums in 12th. Derek's on the mediums and Dusty Fossil's on the hards. But poor Dusty Fossil. How has he ended up that deep in the gravel trap there? So it kind of kicked off there because Derek was up the inside of Johnny Boy. But he was very tight on the entry line to Degner 1, and Johnny Boy turned in, and Derek, they arrived together on the apex, and that was them both off, and then Derek arrived backwards at Degner 2. Somehow Dusty Fossil ended up on the outside there, so I didn't see what happened to him. I'll have to catch the replay and have a look at what happened. That one, but Goose is leading the way then from his teammate. So the current Constructors' Championship leaders. And currently 1-2 in the championship as well, although that might have switched after that first race. Joker making a bit of a break as well. Then we've got this pack of cars here. Face Potter, a little bit of a gap back. Then it's Royston, Odon, Arsenal Joe, Mikey, Glyn all together. So lap 2 of 23. Let's go on board then with Glyn at the back of this train. Hunting down Mikey. He's hunting down Arsenal Joe. He's hunting down Odon. He's hunting down Royston. He's hunting down Face Potter. Fourth in the top 3, made a little bit of a break. Been there, just giving the cars they've been plenty of room. With the lead then Joker's right on the back of Oblivion, so fairly evenly matched. Face Potter is leading this train now then, so Royston's just bridged that gap. Glyn thinks about a look up the inside into the hairpin there. Mikey was a little bit wide, but not too wide. Not wide enough that he could slip his Alfa Romeo down the inside. Into Spoon curl, there we go. Mikey a little bit wide into the first part there. Glyn now hanging back at this stage then. They get a good exit, he has done that. Closing out, Mikey's had a really good run out of Spoon there. He could be looking for a move here, up into 130. What does Mikey do? Does he defend? No, he does not. Glyn doesn't bump him. Glyn's going to go for the move then. Falls up alongside. Gets the move done. Mikey backs out into 130R. Glyn lifts. Oh, he's caught the curb. Oh, he's going to save it. Has he lost it? Oh, he's caught it. Oh, he's just about gathered it. Hits the wall. And survives. Somehow. What happened to Mikey? Somehow Mikey has ended up further back than that. So I think Mikey's been off as well. Was there contact? On board with Glyn, so we didn't see what happened to Mikey there, but Glyn just caught the outside, off the track there, the sort of run-off bit. His outside tyre, Very nearly went around. Great car control. Fair play to Glyn. He saved that superbly. Yeah, I think he may. There may have been some contact there. And Mikey's ended up off the track as well. It was completely accidental there. Glyn just lost control of his own, but Mikey's just proximity there meant he got caught up in that as well. Oh, and is that going around? That's Face Potter having a huge moment as well. Everybody's determined to throw themselves at the scenery this week, apparently. So up front then, Goose is leading the way. Slipping aside, Oblivion giving chase, just under a second then. They've put a little bit of time into Joker, but these three have made a bit of a break. Also Joe Race 1 winner though, up to 4th on the hard tyre, so let's talk strategies now. Now Goose on the soft tyre, he's going to be 2 stopping. He needs to run the medium tyres. The medium tyres will do 13, 14 laps max. The soft tyres will get about 5 or 6. You can see already that tyre wear only starting to take a little bit of effect there. Oblivion closing in. Just 2 tenths different between them at the moment then, so looking quick. Medium is probably the preferred tyre. So Goose is 2 stopping. Oblivion at the moment could do it one of 2 ways. He can run the mediums as far as they can go, then go to the hards and 1 stop it, or he could do the opposite to Goose, who's obviously started on the softs, and then do 2 softs at the end. Joke on the medium tyre on the same strategy. Also Joe on the hard, so he's looking. I think he's committing to the 1 stop. He's done well on the hard tyres. So the hard tyre is not a bad race tyre anymore. Ooh, squeezing tyres there, catches the grass on the inside of 130R. Royston and Odon glued together again as they were in race 1. And Face Potter in 7th, Glenn in 8th, Tom in 9th, and Johnny Boy and Mikey. Johnny Boy going well. After his opening lap drama, settled back down again. Nobby Norris in 12th, also in the wars in lap 1. There's Derek, and then the luckless Dusty Fossil. We're going to blame that new livery, Carl. I think that's the problem there. You've changed livery and it's cursed. Oblivion then to the lead. So Goose's tyres always looking second hand. I imagine he will pit after lap 5. So we'll do this lap and the next lap and then get off of those tyres because they are dying quickly. Oh, he's off the track. Oh, he needs to be careful through there. Just a bit of a lift there, I think. Can't go flat through that part of the S's. It's allowing Joker to close in then. So Oblivion has been released. Joker now closing in. Keep an eye on that tyre because that front left tyre is looking, front right tyre is looking very angry already. Next trio, so they're the front 3. Then we've got Arsenal, Joe, Royston and Odon together. And then we've got Face Potter, Glyn and Zom together. And Johnny Boy and Mike, Nobby and Derek and Dusty Fossil just trying to get back on terms with somebody. Mikey ran the outside of Johnny Boy at the hairpin. Momentarily ahead though, Johnny fights back up the inside. Mikey's going to have some momentum off the corner. They're going to go wheel to wheel. Mikey's got the inside for the curve though and will take the position there, but could see Johnny battling back, looks for the inside. Mikey covers the line. Switches to the outside and he's got the inside for Spoon. Hours later, you on the brakes. Mikey covers him off for now. Mikey holds on for now with Johnny Boy right into wheel tracks. Both on the medium tyres. Right on the edge there, that's what we want to see there. He's attacking it now. Being brave, being bold, getting out there. Oh, Oblivion's lagged out. Oblivion, the championship leader, has lagged out. Championship leader, race leader, has lagged out then. Big drama in GT2. Sort of having issues in the lobby in practice. And it's reared its head again in the race. Oh no. Joker then has taken the lead meanwhile as well. So Joker's taken the lead then Oh, Goose is off the track. Goose is down to third. He needs to look after that front right tyre. He needs to get those brakes back, mate. Is he going to even get to the pit stop with any tyre intact? These soft tyres are dying around here. Oh my god! Some arriving sideways into Degner 2. Gives up the places to Glyn and Face Potter. Wowzers. I think that's exactly what Mike did in the first race on lap 1. We missed it, but just heard the squeal. In the background, Tom arrived sideways to the corner. Gathers it up, then still in P8. Just need to be careful because he's got Spoon and 130R to do on that right front tyre. I recommend big lift and coast, my friend. Big lift and coast. Especially through 130R, because you are going to be leaning on that tyre and it's not going to want to play ball. And get those that brake push back. I don't know where your brakes are at. Joker leads by 3 seconds then from Arsenal Joe. Oh, Oda trying to go around the outside. That's brave. Goose is going to understeer like a trooper here. Oda's out wide. Goose fights back. Oda up the inside though. Royster's arrived on the scene as well. Doesn't need to force that move because Goose is definitely going to have to pit here. In he goes. Soft tyres have died to death there on a full tank. So that shuffles the order then. Joker then leads now by 2.8 seconds over Arsenal Joe. Race 1 winner. Odon again finds himself in a podium position in third. Royston though will want to avenge missing out in the first race. He's currently sat in fourth. Face Potter in fifth, going very well as well. So Team Wall having a very good week so far. And the recovering Glyn and Zom, who we just saw sideways on a couple of moments ago, about a lap ago. Mikey recovering in eighth, and Johnny Boy in ninth. In 10th, Dirty Foster's up to 11th, then Norris is 12th, and Goose is now out on the medium tyres. Full tank of fuel. Let's see how deep he can go. Look at them. A strong run last week, especially in race 3. For a torrid qualifying, he started P14, got 4th in the first race, and is now currently leading the feature race on lap 6 of 23, so a long way to go. Here he comes. 2:15.1 from him. Arsenal Joe behind him to 2:14.3. There's a Joe. So made a mistake somewhere on that lap. Keep going. Goose is the cry. Well, he's now on the sort of better race tyre at least. The soft tyres on a full tank of fuel, just too much weight on them, had died immediately. So now he can get his hammer down a little bit. Of course, the strategies now start to phase out a little bit. So it looks like he's well off the pace, but of course he's made a pit stop, whereas everybody else hasn't. So as the remaining stops start to be made, this race will pan out a little bit differently for him. So keep the faith, it's all going to come together at the end of the race, and then we'll see where everybody's really at. Then what was that squealing in the background I could hear? He seems to be pointing the right way then, but also Joe, everyone keeping him honest. Royston's still there as well. Face Potter going well in fifth. Strong to do. Where's Mike going there? Out wide. Both from Zom giving chase to Glyn. Trying away 9th, head Derek. Boston in 11th. Morgan Norris 12th. Goose now then on his first flying lap. So let's see what he's got. He's purple in sector 1, so he's pushing. personal best in Sector 2. So Joe has slipped back a little bit this lap then, so response there. Missed that, we didn't see what time down the gap, which was down about 2 seconds, is now nearly 4. Maybe Joe's just got the hammer down on this. Let's have a look. Now final corner he comes. 2:14.6. It was 2:16.2, so yeah, you can do 14s and 30s there. So yeah, Joe made a mistake on that lap somewhere. Slip back a bit. Owed on third. Royston in fourth. Face Potter going well in fifth. And we've got Glyn with Zom alongside. Zom's got the drag. He's got to the inside. Bit of contact there as he popped out. Glyn trying to shut the door. Here we go to turn 1. Glyn's on the outside. Zom up the inside still. Yeah, side by side. Glyn sweeps around the outside though. Hangs on. Great driving. Mikey's now right there as well. They've caught Face Potter, so it's a 4-way battle. Go in the middle of it then with Zom. Got Mikey behind, acting as rear gunner. Face Potter at the front on those hard tyres though. He's going to be slow through this section there. Ooh, Zom's in the back of his, caught him. He's on the grass. I think Face Potter just checked up Glyn, and Zom made a little bit of contact then and caught the grass on the inside. Had a big slide but gathered it up. Glyn's now all over Face Potter, then into the deck as we go. He's on there, that car unsettled over the curbs. It's not liking that first curb. Regrouped and is straight back on the back of the Flying Lizard car. So we'll move to the inside of the hairpin. Glyn shuts the door. Squeezed him. So at the moment it appears to be quicker, although could that be because they're behind Face Potter? Glyn catch was on earlier. He's got some pace as well, but he's currently tied up behind Face Potter. Mikey just acting as rear gunner behind. Got a bit of a gap back to Johnny Boy. He's going well in ninth. With Derek in a minute. It was going well. He's keeping him honest, but can't find a way through. Dusty Fossil recovering after that first lap drama. He's in the 13.4s, so at the minute he's the fastest man on track. That's what he needs to be, because that'll get him back up to the front as the pit stops start to shake out then, depending on who's doing what. So Arsenal Joe's got the magnets back on again. 13.7 from Arsenal Joe. That's a very good lap time. We've got Joker playing. Well, Joker can play this either way. He can 2-stop or he can 1-stop. He has the options. Jordan, I think, is committed to the 1-stopper by starting on the hards, because he has to run the mediums. Of course, if it rains, all tyre rules go out the window. So we must still go in third. He has managed to drop Royston now. Second quicker on the last lap. And then here comes this battle still. Face Potter still leading the way. Glyn still under attack from Zom. Mikey sat behind, waiting to pick up any scraps that come his way. Oh, Zom's side is again. Oh, he's going to lose it this time. Oh no, round he goes. There goes Johnny Boy. His arm is doing donuts on the grass. I get the car pointing the right way. Oh no. There's a rejoin. Big shame there for Zom. Having a good scrap there. Had the same issue last time around. I don't know if he just caught a curve or something there, or just pushing too hard and the back end got away from him, but dirty tyres when he rejoined. He's right out on the curbs again. Be careful, Zom, you can have dirty tyres for a couple of corners still. Can't go around again. Let's move to Johnny Boy to 8th, Derek to 9th, Dusty Fossil to 10th. Scoops meanwhile still in the 13s. Only 10th quicker though than Arsenal Joe, who is absolutely flying. His tyre wear, however, bearing in mind he's on the hard tyre. Now Joker, though, but then let's look at the so fuel. Joker significantly better on fuel. You can see he's on over a third of a tank still. Jordan is now just over a quarter. Arsenal Joe is hammering it. we need to do 11 laps on the hard tyre. Williams will do 10. I'll do 10, 12, 13. I'll push 14, but I wouldn't recommend it. Rodon is a little bit better on fuel than Jordan as well, though, so Rodon's doing a good job on fuel. Royston has dropped back a little bit now, 17.6 last time around, so he's had a mistake somewhere. Now 6 seconds off the back, and he's got that little pack behind him. Face Potter, he's got a bit of respite at the moment from Glyn. He's now got Mikey, so we having got rid of one Power Max delivery car. He's now got the other one lurking on the back of him. Let's look at the fuel situation. Royston is about a third of a tank. Face Potter a little bit worse off. Then Glyn's a little bit better. Mikey's a little bit worse. He's closer to a quarter. Johnny, we're doing very well on fuel. We've still got a third of a tank left. A little bit more than Derek, just under a third. Just Voss about the same. Zom is bang on a quarter. Nobino's doing very well. Nobino, we know, loves a quirky strategy. He's doing very well on fuel. And then, of course, Goose, who is on his second stint, he's now caught the back of Nobinoris. So what's Joker up to? Should we get 13 laps from those tyres? What works in practice doesn't necessarily work in the race, because of course in practice you are just pounding around on your own, worrying about your own lap times, no outside factors. In the race you've got to battle people, you've got to check up and break differences, you've got dirty air to concern yourself with, you're watching the times as well between the gaps going up and down, and it all affect how your race runs, as I found out in race 1 last week. Having managed my race in GT2 superbly, under a bit more pressure from Ross, I cooked my front left tyre. So now getting into one-stop pit window territory, and Odon is in, interestingly. Odon in early. He's looking fast to drive. What this race needs is definitely some weather. So Odon the first to blink from the leading group. Then Glyn has passed Face Potter finally. Where's Mikey gone? Mikey's had a moment somewhere, I think, here. 9.6 seconds. Mikey's had a driver on that lap somewhere. We've missed that. Had a Mikey moment. Odon is still refueling. What's he going to come out on then? Himself all the way down in P12. So Goose is flying along. Has caught Johnny Boy again. There's a bit of a gap before. Joker's lead still, but his gap is down to 1.8 seconds, and his tyres are looking progressively angrier as well as the laps go by. Oh, Jordan slinging it out the hairpin. Lining up those rear tyres. .14.7 against 2:15.1, so only 4 tenths different that time around. Yeah, interesting, isn't it? Joker's the one at the moment, I'm not quite sure where he's at. Because he could pit this lap and do Well, at this point he can pit now. He'll get there on fuel. So it's what he wants to do. Who was that in the pits? So that's Derek in the pits. So Derek in. What did Odon come out? So Odon's now on the hard, so Odon's one stopping. So maybe he pitted early for the tyres. Can he make the fuel last? Good pace there. 13.8 is a solid lap there to be fine. So Odon's showing good pace. Derek is out in as well. I'll have a check back in a moment then. Oh, Joker's lead is down to 1.4. Yeah. Interesting strategies. Maybe they expected some rain. Maybe they thought they'd get off them early. And of course then the tyre roll goes out the window, doesn't it? So Joe continues to chip away, but Arsenal Joe is going to have to be in this time around. He has now made it more than halfway, so my concern for him will be his tyre wear, because he has really burnt up those front tyres, and they're the hards as well. His tyre wear is nearly as bad as Joker's. He's on a compound harder, so they're closing up together as they probably both peel off into the pits here. Are we in? No, Joker's going one more lap. Arsenal Joe is in. He had to be, really. Fuel more than anything. Now second, Base Potter in third, but he's on the red line, so he'll be in this time around. Glynn now in fourth, Mikey's fifth, Dusty Boslin's sixth, Goose is now P7. And Goose is on the two-stopper. So his lead to Joker's still about 34 seconds, so lap times have just dropped away for him a little bit now. He's in 2:15, so he's kind of matching Joker's times. It's going to be interesting to see what Joker does tyre-wise. He's got 10 laps to do. Fancy two short sprints on softs, or does he try and fancy getting to the end on the hards? Arsenal Joe is out on the medium tyres. Yes, because they do, but remember you've got the extra pit stop to make. A lot of that pit loss time is what's going to be, can you make up that difference is the question, and keep the tyres alive. So Arsenal Joe's on the one stopper, he's committed to that. 2:14.8 on his first flying. That's not bad lap time, to be fair, on the hard tyre. Way down the hards. Derek has also come out the hards then, so there's a few one stoppers on their way then. Joker's tyres are absolutely fried. He's going to be able to make it around 130R. This will be interesting. This is the front tyres, he should be okay. I did a lap where the right rear tyre was a little bit worse than that, and I got around there and the back end just went on me. I was on very worn soft tyres at the time. So he will be in this time around, because there's no way he's doing another lap on those tyres. In he comes, yes, right then. So what does Joker do? He's done his mandatory tyre. Is it two softs or is it one hard? We'll find out shortly then. Royston, Glynn, Face Potter will all be in as well. Mikey as well. Mikey's, is he out of fuel? He's nearly out of fuel. Is he timed this perfectly? No, Mikey's out of fuel. Mikey's out of fuel. So Mikey has run out just before the pit lane. Joker there with 13 litres, so he's got a massive fuel advantage. Of course, that over Jordan as well. So where is Jordan? Jordan's coming into the chicane now. So Goose will retake the lead. It's Joker versus... Oh, short field. He's what, two stopping? No, he's on the hards. So Goose and Joker are together. Joker's come out in the lead on the hard tyre. He's massively short fueled. So he's gone for the short fuel option. And what's his gap to Arsenal Joe then? It's 10 seconds. So Arsenal Joe needs 10 seconds in 10 laps. So he needs to be a second a lap quicker. Medium tyres, realistically, you're probably looking at, let's say, like 12.9, the fastest lap from Oblivion earlier on. Low 13s. Hards can do high 13s. So Jordan's got some traffic to get through as well. Goose, though, is all over him, but Goose, of course, was 2 stopping. When does he pull the pin? Joker doesn't need to battle Goose because Goose is going to stop. So Joker can let him go. Doesn't need to affect his race. This is the thinking. That's what you need to be thinking about in this situation here. Goose there is almost off the track. His way through. He knows for his race he needs to really get some clear air. Get some quick laps and extend as much as he can do. Ooh, Joker's had a wobble coming out of the final chicane. That might give Goose a chance into turn 1. He's tucked it right under the rear wing. To the inside he goes. Joker, this is not your race. You can let him go. Nobby Norris there has extended lap 14. Fair play, Nobby Norris. Superb effort on the fuel once again. Arsenal Joe is down to 7.5 off the lead. He did a 12.3, the fastest lap of the race that time around. Remember, Jordan, you've got to make those tyres last. Don't be frazzling them. That was more than enough there. On his out lap, so well, this will be his first representative lap time. He has lost the lead to Goose, but that's fine, because Goose has got to have to pit again soon. How far can Goose go? And then not being dropped by Goose. Goose's tyres are very second hand. There's Arsenal Joe in 4th. He's now just 6.5 seconds, so he's doing more than enough at this stage, but he does need to consider his tyres. No, I think Goose might have to use the hards. You need like 6 laps is probably the most you can do on the soft tyre realistically. Goose is on pad, so yeah, I don't think he's going to get the tyre wet. I think Goose is going to need to stop the hards hit. Now the hard tyres, they're not a bad race tyre. Oh, Nobby's gone as well. No, we've lost Nobby Norris now as well, so 2 have lagged out. Arsenal Joe has cleared Odon. He's now 5 seconds off the lead. He is flying. 13.5. Just needs to figure it, consider his tyre wear. In the background, we've got Odon and Royston again at it. Royston's on the soft side. That's why Royston's on the soft. So Royston's gone 2-stop. Odon's on the 1. So Odon can afford to let Royston go here. It's not his race at this moment. Royston wanted to pull clear and pull a big old gap. He's going to have to make up some time later on. So I think Odon's going to let him go here. Yep, through he goes. So Odon lets Royston go. Royston will have to stop again. Goose's tyres are cooked. Yeah, Goose, I would pit this lap and get on those hard tyres. So they're not a bad race tyre. You can do sort of high 13s in them. That's what Joe proved earlier on. 13.7 on lap 8 as well. So low fuel, they're not a bad race tyre. Yeah, there's no way he's going to get that to a point where he can use the soft tyres again. Again, it's like in practice it's fine, but in the race situation it's just a different kettle of fish. Because you're battling, you're pushing, you've got people around you. So Joe is continuing to plug away. He's down just 2.7 off the lead too, and I think Goose is holding up Joker here. Goose, I think, will have to pit this lap, go on the hard tyre. Oh, so Joe very nearly bins it at 130R. Goose will hopefully just peel off here. With his sake and for Joker's. No, he's going one more lap. Oh my god. I do not fancy this final lap of this at all. This lap is going to be sketchy. Strap it, everybody. After day now, just 1.5 off Joker. So the reverse strategy doesn't look like it's worked out, but Arsenal Joe's still got a long way to go on those tyres. That tyre wear at the moment looks okay, but as the wear increases, you slide more, the wear increases. Royston's got ahead of Odon then, as we saw earlier. Now he's trying to pull away. He's only 1.4 seconds ahead. Not bad for a lap, to be fair, though. Mikey now has the fastest lap of the race on the soft tyre, though, 2:12.2. Glyn's on the hard tyre, so he's one stopping. So just Fossil also one stopping now on the mediums. And Face Potter's now on the medium tyre as well. Very tense. Johnny Boy just behind us, so Derek has now jumped Johnny Boy. So I'm in 12th then. Unfortunately, we've lost both Oblivion and Nobby Norris to lag outs. Championship leader and race leader at the point of time as well. So Oblivion is cursing his luck. Dropped for a second, he said. I do wish they'd add in that feature where you can sort of get back into your car. Your car just kind of ghosts around like it does in F1. That's probably the only good thing about F1. Oh, back with the lead then. Goose's tyres are about cooked. This Goose is cooked. And Jordan's there. So that's not what Joker wanted. He had a 10-second gap when he came out of the pits. That has been evaporated. Joker's looking for a move on Goose into 130R. He's not close enough though. Can Goose keep it on the track through 130R? He just about. There's the retardation on the tyres to brake. John trying to go over the outside. That's ballsy. He's got time though. He doesn't need to force this because Goose is going to peel off it. Yeah, Goose is peeling off. Those tyres are done. This then is the battle for the lead. Oh, I'll up the inside. Tried to find the room, opened the door, leaned on him. Get back out of the Joker then fights back, and now Royston is there. Now again, Royston is not their battle because he's on soft tyres. He's going to have to stop again. Royston, I think, wants the glory of leading this race. Over in fourth. Comfortable at the minute. Mikey in fifth. He's another one's going to have to stop again. Where's Goose come out? He's in ninth. So he's always on the soft tyre again. Oh my lord. 6th lap of Goose trying to do soft tyres. This is going to be fun. He's at least less fuel this time. So Goose, my advice is to kind of roll through some of the long corners. Don't slide the car like that. roll through some of these longer corners. Spoon 130R, just ease off where you can, save the tyres. Zomlar is now with Johnny Boy, battling over 11th. Zomlar on very worn soft tyres, so Johnny Boy can't afford to let him go here, because someone's going to have to pitch soon. Joker then leads the way from Arsenal Joe. Royston keen to find a way through, although I think he's going to pit this lap actually, because he's almost out of fuel. He's got 5 laps to fly back at these guys. Arsenal Joe looking left and right. He's going to the outside for 130R. That's brave. He's on the dirt as they try and turn. He's gone around the outside. What a move! He's off the track now though. How's your rejoin? Royston will peel off here, I think. Yeah, he's in. So that leaves these two to battle it. And look at those tyres now. Now the wear starting to impact Arsenal Joe. Joker is right there still though. He's coming back at him. Arsenal Joe's let him go. That's sensible there. He did go and overtake off the track. So I had to let him go. I'll have another go. So, wise decision there. Good driving there from Arsenal Joe. Realised there could have been a penalty in that. Go. I think it would have been okay because he had the move done before 130R. He didn't really gain an advantage from going out that wide, but sensible thinking. There are some brain cells kicking around in here sometimes. So let's put Ode on third, Glyn fourth, because Mikey's pitted as well. So Goose is in 7th. 3.5 seconds behind. He's got Royston right on the back of him, so Royston's out on fresh softs. Space Potter, so Goose is on a salvage mission. So for him, he needs to worry about Jordan to get ahead of Joker, really. Joker's in that battle for second. Very much back. Look at that, 12 seconds over Glyn. So Odon is comfortable in third. Going some way back. GT Fossil 5 seconds off the back of Glyn. He's chipping away, but we're running out of lap times. Last time around they were only 8 tenths apart, so GT Fossil's going to need some more. More pressingly. Goose and Royston both on soft tyres, both flying along. Derek and Mikey, sorry. Derek on used hards, Mikey on fresh softs. Should be a very routine overtake for Mikey. Over the curve though. Oh boy, far behind. In 11th, and Zom has just done his final stop. He's now on his out lap. Back on a fresh set of soft tyres then for the lead. Joker still hanging on, then Jordan's out wide. Tyre wear starting to bite now. He's still got 3.5 laps to do. Oh, Joker's had a slip though. He's off. Into the first Degner. Screecher tyres. And Jordan is through. Right now, he can control the race from the front. But he needs to consider his tyre wear. He just needs to be careful. This is a highly abrasive circuit. A lot of corners, a lot of long corners, a lot of loaded corners. Spoon 130R, the turns 1 and 2, the S's section, the Degners, all really going to hurt those tyres. Oh, he's on the grass. Already out there. does Jordan do now? Is he going to try and push and build a gap, or is he going to just start tyre managing now? Now he can manage where Joker is, manage where Joker can attack. Tyre wear's not bad, but I say as the wear gets worse, the tyre wear gets worse. Because you slide more. When you slide more, that wears more. 3 laps to go. One stopper looking like the way to go at the moment. Goose is now Glyn 4th. Dusty Fossil 5th. Goose has passed face Potter. And Royston is right with him. Now Royston, I don't have any concerns about tyre wear wise. Goose I do. 3 laps to go. He just needs to be careful on some of the high load corners. Just needs to be neat and tidy as much as he can do. Don't slide those front tyres. Yeah, he's looking fairly equal now. But again, I've noticed this before, and I think I've said this before. Like, I feel like the track evolves, but you don't really know it's a feature in Gran Turismo because the tyre wear at the end of a race is always significantly better, even if you're on the same tyre. I've been a tyre squid and Goose, stop it. Leaders in. Just starting to get into that bracket, but I think after Joe is going to be okay here. That looks like enough to get through 3 laps, 2.5 laps now. Over the back. Tom has got a big old gap to catch Johnny Boy, so unfortunately that doesn't look like he's going to do it, barring a mistake from Johnny. So he will be at least P11. Eric is 6 seconds up the road. And Mikey's now pulled 6 seconds on him. He's now 5 behind face Potter. And 2 laps to go, so Mikey's going to have to get the hammer down there. 2:11.5. A very quick lap there from Mikey. So he's hammering along. It looks like the one stop has been the way to go. Face Potter's wide there at Spoon. Is he going to spin that? Oh, he's gathered up. That's what Mikey needs more of. We'll bring that gap down. It's now down to under 4 seconds. It's cleared face Potter now chasing after Sir Goose, who in turn is chasing down Glyn and Dusty Foster. They were side by side through 130R. Dusty Foster's off the track. Glyn hangs onto the position, but Goose has arrived. So the battle for 4th is now a 3-way, and it's about to come a 4-way. Glyn, who's spent all night defending from Powermax cars, is now defending from the worst pace scenario. Black livery of Dusty Fossil down the inside. Goose is in his slipstream though. Is that going to open the door for the inside? Oh no, don't bump him there. Goose there bumping Glyn at just the wrong point as they get to the braking zone. Oh, then gives Dusty Fossil a hip check. Goose there being a little bit abrasive, just needs to calm down. I'll give that back if you could hear me, Goose. There's a little bit of a push to pass. I would redress, please. Still got tyres to make that work. Look at the tyre. I think they'll be okay. And you've got enough tyre left to make that work. I would give that back to Dusty Fossil quickly while you can. Connor, if you're listening, tell him. Royston there has arrived as well. Up front, the gap is coming down. Joe's tyres are looking a little bit worse for wear. You can hear the squealing now. Now it's where the tyre advantage is now with Joker. So a little bit of management on Arthur Joe's behalf. It's very handy. He's keeping that gap though. He's just out of slipstream range as well. So less pressure, although Joker is now probably getting a faint whiff of it. He is starting to close. Final lap then coming up for the lead. It's less than a second. They're on the same strategy, but they've done it alternate ways around. Arsenal Joe started on the hards, finishing on the mediums. Joker started on the mediums and is finishing on the hards. Joker did have a substantial lead That was eradicated quickly. Arsenal Joe hammered it to get there. He's now, though, on the last legs of his tyres. And Joker get close enough to find a move, though. He's now within 7/10. He's in slipstream range into the S as we go. Odon comfortable in third. Glyn is trying to hold off Goose, whose tyres look okay. To be fair, those tyres, soft tyres, have lasted. Not if you do that, though. Not though. Oh my word! Is he going to save it? He is. Oh, what a save! Oh, Royston's off. Royston's throws himself at the scenery because that's what Goose should have done. How has Goose saved that? I don't believe what I've just... Fair play. Sending it around the outside of turn one, sideways into turn one, and gathers it up. If he has any tyres to get around the rest of the lap, I will be quite impressed. He's wept. Royston then dropped away a little bit there. I don't know how he ended up on the grass, but that's where Goose should have been. But no, there is Royston behind him, who ended up there, face Potter in 8th. Mikey is catching him. 2.6 seconds, that's a lot to get in one lap. And what a drift indeed. Everything back here is as you were then. So Joker's got half a second penalty. Despite closing in, then that I think is race. Arsenal Joe is going to do the double. So up the hill, up to the penalty line, and Joker will take his penalty. Arsenal Joe will pull away. He's going to treble his wins total for the season in one evening then, provided he doesn't throw it off at the final chicane, which he does not. Out of the final corner. Oh my god, he nearly did. He nearly did. It's a double victory then in Suzuka for Arsenal Joe. Joker gets P2. Odon's our fuel. No, he's not. He's just very slow. He's just celebrating. There we go. I thought he was out of fuel. It's a double podium then for Odon. 4 podiums in a row. What a streak. Goose is going to hang on by the barest of margins. Ron Glyn's got no tyres left as they cross the line. Where's Dusty Fossil gone? What's happened to Dusty Fossil on the last lap? He's had a drama. The Glyn gets 5th, Royston is 6th, face Potter 7th, Mikey is 8th, Dusty Fossil is 9th then. Oh, 15 seconds down. What has happened to Dusty Fossil on the last lap? Derry gets P10. Johnny Boy going to cross the line in P11. He's still straight out the room there. He is cutting a frustrated figure tonight, I fear. And Tom then will be the final finisher then in P12. Rounds us off. So it's back-to-back victories for Jordan. It's back-to-back podiums for Odon. Everybody was happy with that. Arsenal Joe wins then by 1.7 seconds there. That last lap penalty from Jokus denied us a grandstand finish. Then Odon very comfortable in P3. They're not challenging the leaders, but well ahead of the battle for 4th with Goose. They're prevailing despite having no tyres left. And frankly, the move for P4 was something to behold. To turn 1. We're going to go watch that in a second, I think, before we sign off. Glyn getting P5. Solid night work from him once again. Royston in P6 there. Oh, Tom, for God's sake. I didn't get the replay either. So we're not going to go and watch the replay because Tom hasn't let me save it. Bastard. Spoil our fun. Rude. Right then. Well. That then is the end of the action for this evening. Thank you very much, as ever, for spinning on his outlap. What was I saying? Lost my train of thought there. If you haven't already liked the stream, please do so before you go. And if you like what you've seen tonight, we're going to do it all again tomorrow with GT1. Please join SBY in the comments box as we, GT1.